Hello, UpU Lagos. Greetings, wonderful UpU community. Welcome to another episode of your radio show, UpU with Ezinne. How you all doing? It's still the stock-up season, and finally, it's beginning to look like Christmas everywhere you go. You need to come to our studio. We're already feeling so Christmassy. Yeah. I hope you're getting that feeling outside wherever you are as well. Today, we focus our conversation on mental and emotional health, stress management, etc. It's important to de-stress from 2022 so as to arrive 2023 fully rested and ready to rev again. So the topic today is woman stock up to manage stress. It's our hour on radio, and I'm here to keep you company wherever you may be. So let's do this, my beautiful people. Finding self, finding purpose. My name is Ezinne Kufrekanem, and I'm your host. And on that note, let me say, let the distressing begin. Welcome back. Do well to follow us on all our social media platforms at UpU with Ezinne on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We'd love to connect with you and keep this conversation going long after this program has ended. So, who is ready for this episode? Woman stock up to manage stress. Balancing work, social life, home life, and personal aspirations and dreams can be challenging for the modern woman. Women are expected to put equal time and effort into home, childcare, as they do in work and other roles. The pressure to perform well in all of these areas can cause women extreme stress. How can a woman stock up to manage stress? Our guest today is here to help us understand what stress is, how to manage it effectively so we do not burn out, break down, or succumb to protracted illness, all of which is avoidable with proper techniques. Keep it locked on UpU with Ezinne. Let's learn together. Our guest today is Omotola, a counseling psychologist, mental and emotional wellness coach. Her journey to counseling psychology began about 9 years ago after her recovery from depression, trauma, which also involved some suicidal thoughts. Her healing process threw up the need individuals battling mental health have for a listening ear, a safe haven of trust, help with a sense of fairness and encouragement. This further ignited her passion to help others get through difficult challenges and tough situations using psychological techniques and therapy. And since she set out, Omotola has not looked back. She has trained over 2,000 students across Western Nigeria on different topics pertaining to mental and emotional health. She runs several online classes for mental health wellness. The classes deal with various topics that span across physical, vocational, intellectual, social environment, spiritual, and emotional challenges. Her therapeutic sessions have produced many testimonials and awards for her. She currently works with My Care Body, a psychological organization in partnership with Impact Her, an international organization which provides free virtual therapy sessions for women across Africa. Omotola is also a mental health consultant to various organizations. Dear listeners, please join me in welcoming a very special guest this morning. Hello, Omotola. How are you?
Hello, Ezinne. I am doing well. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
It's so good to see you.
Thank you.
And you look you are very beautiful.
I take that as a compliment. Thank you very much.
A very sincere one. Thank you for coming this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, wow.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh my God, I love the way you sound.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so let's set the stage for our discussion today. Yeah? We have many people listening to us all over Lagos and even beyond. So please share with us quickly your perspective on women stock up to manage stress.
Okay, when I saw this topic, I basically love it so much because women all over the world have this as a major issue. So what this means is that you should relax. You should give yourself a very high form of priority. I know that, as women, we tend to want to do everything at the same time, especially with multitasking. And when you are so stressed up, you don't even give your best because you're performing below capacity. So what it means to stock up is relax. Just give yourself priority, give yourself some form of importance, and have fun. Just ease the stress.
Oh wow, I wish all of you can see this young lady in the studio. I mean, the way she's even demonstrating, they have fun, give yourself high priority.
Yeah.
Not just prioritize yourself, but make it a high one.
Yes, a very high one.
I need to do that for myself. I really do, because no, okay, let me not expose myself on this radio. So to further set the stage, so that everybody understands the parameters we're working with today, how will you define stress?
Okay, I'll make it as simple as it is. Stress is anything that causes mental, psychological, or emotional strain.
And she said she was going to make it simple, and she's using psychological and emotional.
Okay,
make it simple.
Okay, simple. Stress is anything that causes you to
that causes you strain.
I wanted to use strain again, but he said I should.
No, it was a psychological.
The psychology. Anything that has to do with psychology has to do with the mind.
Oh, okay.
So let me put it that way.
Okay,
so let me say anything that strains your mind
or your body.
Stress, yes, or your body. Yes.
Okay.
Is stress.
Okay. So
basically the mind, because sometimes your body responds to what your mind is feeling.
Yes.
So
I even only learned that last week. I saw something on social media. Oh God, thank you for social media. Sometimes it says, be careful what you're thinking in your mind, because your body responds to it. Yeah,
your body responds to it all of the time. In fact, what you think basically translates to how you act. So whatever strains your mind can affect your body. I think we'll get there, because sometimes some of the diseases that people treat and think they have issues are not really issues. It's just emotional pain.
Okay, I think someone sent you after me, but I'm going to stick to my program. Okay,
fine.
So what causes stress, and why is stress often described or defined as bad, and why should we manage stress?
Okay, so
I've asked you 3 double-barrel questions.
I'm going to take everything.
Okay.
Let me start with stress is not necessarily bad. It could be bad, but stress is what makes you know that you're alive.
Say that again, please.
Yes, I'll say that again. Stress is what makes you know that you're alive.
Wow.
So there are certain hormones in the body, adrenaline, cortisol. They are needed to help you sense dangerous situations. So the fact that you have that means that you are alive and you can respond to situations. And stress actually keeps the brain functioning. So however, it shouldn't be all the time that you're stressed up. I think it's because of the fact that a lot of people have the chronic stress. We have different kind of stress. We have the acute stress, episodic stress. Acute stress is just for short term. Episodic stress is just, it came with something. Maybe you have a project to do in the meantime, and then you have to finish up. And then you have the chronic stress. So it's the chronic stress that is the bad stress in quote, for lack of words, is the bad stress in quote, because it is continuous, and then it's like you're stretching your body beyond what it can accommodate. But your body can actually accommodate stress. It gives you that tiny feeling that you're alive, you're well, you can respond to situations, and you can do well.
Wow. My eyes are popping already. So let me quickly open the studio line so that you can be part of this conversation. The number to call is 0913 6000 410. The number to WhatsApp, the number to text is 0913 6000 410. My dear fellow women, and I dare say men, please call in and engage and find out how to distress this season. As you can see, from what she said, it's not, we should have some amount of stress.
Yeah,
it's not every stress that is bad for us.
Totally bad.
But the one that she has called the one that stretches forever and ever,
Chronic
the prolonged,
stress.
she says it's chronic stress, is the one that we're learning how to manage today. Fantastic.
Okay, to your other question, what causes stress? Now, a lot of things cause stress for people. Unmet expectations, loss, obligations to meet, a traumatic experience, and different things for different people. And I usually say this, that everyone has an emotional threshold. Everybody has a threshold of what they can handle, and what will happen to A and happen to B would have a different response, because they have different thresholds to respond to it. So a lot of things cause stress. I mean, even this is a very busy city. You know how it is. You move
Traffic
every day.
in this town can cause stress.
I mean, if they had to pay me for every hour I was in traffic, I'll be a millionaire by now.
All of us.
Yeah.
And considering that I'm older than you, I'll be a billionaire, right?
Definitely. Most definitely. So it's important to actually know that a lot of things, and what looks very tiny or what looks very little to another person might be a major stress to another person. So it differs.
I like this point that you've made, because sometimes when people are going through stuff, some people tend to say, waiting, this thing happened to me last week now.
Exactly.
And I'm okay. Why are you losing your head over this thing? So it's important that you've said that our threshold
are different,
comes into play. What A can take and still be gingering, B will freak out on it. It's important to know that. So everybody's stress is valid.
Yes, very valid.
And so nobody should try to diminish anybody's stress or stressors or whatever.
Yeah,
correct. Thank you. Okay, so tell us, how should a woman stock up to avoid being stressed out?
Okay, basically I will start by saying that you should even expect stress. Expecting it helps you to...
I'm trying to avoid, and she says we should expect.
Yes, expecting it helps you avoid it.
Okay.
It looks like an irony, or it looks like an oxymoron, but this is it. Let me take the issue of weather forecast, for example. If you know it's going to rain, you're going to take out your umbrella, right?
Yeah. Or you don't go anywhere.
Or you don't go anywhere because you don't want to be drenched. So if you know that stress is coming, how then do you avoid it? You put a lot of things in place to actually avoid it. Look, the new year is coming. We already know the election is in the coming year. We already know what to do. We had preparations ahead of time. So what you should do is, when you're expecting that, maybe for instance in the area of work, in the aspect of work, of family, this probably might cause stress, you plan ahead. So having a set goal ahead is one of the ways to actually avoid stress. Preparation helps you avoid stress like more than 50% already. So the best way to avoid this is to prepare ahead.
Yeah, but there's this thing about you're minding your business, going on your lane, you prepared everything, and then life happens.
Yeah.
Stress that you didn't even think of.
Yes.
It just happens.
It's part of expectations. That was why I said expectations. Like, it is part of expectation. Life happens, yes, but when life happens, what do you do at that point? That was why I said one of the ways to actually know that you're alive and to keep your brain running is that your mind tells you, okay, this is a danger, or this is a dangerous situation, it is either fight or flight. Either you run or you face it. So your mind tells you at that time, oh, are you facing this or are you running away from it? So expecting it already gives you that, oh, I'm going to do something at this. Don't worry, as we go on, I would mention how practical steps to actually handle stress, especially when life happens unexpectedly.
Okay, great. On that, I'll take you up on that. I'll take you up on that promise of yours. The number to call is 0913 6000 410. The number to text and the number to WhatsApp is 0913 6000 410. Now, Omotola, even though men and women report same average stress levels according to a recent study by the American Psychological Association, women are much more likely to show physical and emotional symptoms. Irritability, fatigue, apathy, anxiety, headache are some of the most common symptoms among women. In fact, there's this thing we say in this our part of the world. We say half of the women in Yaba left. Okay, so I don't need to complete it, right? So why is this so?
Okay, so I'll also chip this in. I recently also visited a female correctional center, and when I got there and I was speaking to the officers, the first thing they told me was, "Oh, psychologist, your people are here."
Your people?
Yes, your people are here.
Oh my God!
So it means that I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I should mention this, that women are a lot more emotional than logical. A woman would rather reason, feel with her emotions than try to be logical. It's different for the men. So the way the body of a woman...
That's why the women are from... Is it Mars and the men are from?
Women are from men are from Mars. Women are from Venus. Yes, we're totally different. We have different hormones. Even the woman, your body in a month, the way it rages already, the way it is wired, it is prepared to carry a baby. So women are natural carers. Women are natural, givers. They love to give and everything. So what they give, when they give totally. They give it all
and plus
1,000%. 1,000%. So they give it all. So it is important to know that a woman's wiring is different, and when she's very stressed, her cortisol levels go higher. Now for a man, if he's stressed, he actually sees it as a point of championship, like he's doing something worthwhile. But a woman doesn't see it that way. When she's stressed, she just feels, oh, I need to be pampered right now. That's the way she's wired.
When nobody is forthcoming with the pampering,
that's why you have to give yourself high priority. That's where you know that you matter and that nobody actually holds the key to your happiness.
So you should get ready to pamper yourself.
Get ready to pamper yourself. Get ready to understand that no matter how much your emotions are raging and all of that, you owe yourself the choice of keeping your emotions under.
It's actually a choice.
Yes, it is a choice.
So one should develop emotionally enough to be able to choose themselves at every point in time. We have a call. Good morning. Up here with Ezinne. Who is calling and where are you calling?
Hello.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Didier.
Okay.
I'm calling from Maryland.
Thank you very much. Can we take your contribution, sir?
Yes, concerning, and I greet our guest, Omotola.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm going through stress for some years now. What happened is that I lost my sight.
Wow.
Sorry about that.
Through robber's attack.
Wow.
That was in 2016. It was a chemical that was poured into my eye. As I'm talking to you now, I'm totally blind. So it took me out of job, and in 2020 also my wife left. After 4 years, she left. She took my children away also to Ghana, but she's a Ghanaian, so she took them away. As I am now, I'm living alone. living alone, and I'm out of job. So right now I'm emotionally stressed, physically stressed, financially stressed. So I don't feel life good to me. I thought that I'm just existing without not doing things in life. So sometimes I now look at myself that what is my benefit of existing on earth? I don't have I don't have job, all friends run away, family. So why am I still living? You understand?
Okay.
So it always comes to my brain, my mind, that I should just end it up. So I just tuned into your radio this morning, and I am hearing that I'm on straight. But I just need advice because I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all.
Okay, I'm really sorry about all that you've been through. I mean, it is a lot, and I really empathize with you. I'm so sorry to hear all that you've been through. But this is one of the things I'll tell you. Your strength this morning to even call in, it's a lot. I mean, for you to stay all through that and to still even look at tuning into this radio this morning is some sort of hope. And this is what I would tell you: it's not over for you yet. I mean, you lost your sight, yes, I know that. Physically it is challenging, financially it is challenging, but I've heard you. I'm sure that you have a lot of talents, you have a lot of things deep inside of you that when refined, it can come out, and then you can always be a sort of testimony to others out there who probably will also go through the same thing, or who will be through this, or who are going through this currently. So please hang in there. I don't know if somehow I could get to reach you also, because I'm very interested in.
Thank you for calling us at this point. Please send us a message on the same number that you called so that we can reach out to you immediately after the program.
Okay.
That was thank you very much. That was very deep and very, very deep, and I pray strength for you. This is what we're talking about, really.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of strength to be able to go through some of these things. Now, Omotola, what are the three main causes, in your own opinion, of long-term stress in women?
Okay, long-term stress. Oh, 3 years. Asking me to.
Yes, because we need to be. Yes, I'm boxing you in. Time.
Okay, so we have obligations, unmet expectations. Yes, obligations. The societal obligations, financial obligations. You're expected to be, married at 30, have children before you're, all of those obligations. And then you have unmet expectations. You always have things that you have in your mind or in your head. As women, we live in a very fantasy world. We like to
oh yes, because were we not told to be dreaming? So we're dreaming.
we're dreamers, and we love to dream.
And then there's some people peppering us all the time.
Yeah.
So we so as they pepper us, we need to dream up again.
I mean, so those unmet expectations give room for comparison. You're looking at another person and thinking the person is doing better than you, and then you begin to have emotional stress. And then the last one, trauma, all forms of trauma, losing a loved one, rape incidences that maybe an accident, or kidnapping, or anything that could cause a traumatic reaction.
You know what, I think we're going to do this again next week, because there's so much I want to ask you, and I see there's so much you want to give, but time is not just being friendly with us. But we're going to keep going, and I'm going to ask you now openly on air. Are you promising that you'll come back next week?
Okay, yes, I definitely will.
Okay, because this conversation is really very important to me, because there's something you mentioned now called trauma.
Yes.
You see, lately I've been meeting a lot of women, and then when we talk, like these days, I try to have deep, meaningful conversations with people, and a lot of them are beginning to profess and confess to childhood traumas. You know, and it's a lot with my generation. They keep talking about childhood traumas, and then when these things are not dealt with, then you now carry it
and it becomes adulthood trauma.
Bless you. And then you take it into your life, into your marriage, into your work career, and one day you unravel.
Yes.
So what do we do?
Okay, so childhood trauma has to be one of the longest. It has the advantage of time. So when trauma happens, or when a traumatic experience happens, when it's dealt with immediately, it is better. Childhood has that advantage of time, so it has crystallized, and a lot of things have happened afterward. So when people go through childhood trauma that are not dealt with, like you said, it moves into marriage, it moves into work life. You know, and we have a lot of traumatic people moving around, and they've not dealt with that, and they're just carrying on as though you know, they can just survive it like that. So trauma is like having a wound, having a cut, and you're not treating it, but you're covering it up. You're just wearing a very nice dress on it. You have a cut and you're not treating it. Now, treating it might be really hard. I mean, in this part of the world, people find it very difficult to speak to psychologists, therapists. They just feel like, oh, I can handle it, or I'll be fine. I will be okay. It is okay not to be okay. It is okay to speak up.
Please, can you say that again?
It is okay not to be okay.
And it's also okay to seek help.
Speak up, seek help.
I'll tell you something. Recently, I had to take a loved one to see a psychologist. Knowing how we are, I did not say where we were going until we got there, and they read the nameplate, and they're like, "You think I'm crazy?" And I'm like, no, I don't think you're crazy. I just think you need to unburden to someone.
Exactly.
I may not be that someone for you.
Yes.
Because of how close we are. But you need to go tell someone what you're thinking, how you're thinking, how you're feeling. You know, women, we tend to talk a lot, but we really do not have those deep conversations. You know, women will sit down and talk anything from husband to work to ashebi to fashion to without really discussing, this is the way I really feel.
Yes. I think it's the society, because we've been boxed up to shh.
No, but why do we always keep blaming society? It goes back to what you first said. Make yourself high priority, because when your head goes to Yaba left, society is not coming with you.
Yes, definitely.
They will sit at home and now
still judge you.
Not just judging you, stigmatize you.
Yes.
So why don't you, as a woman, or even a man, as the case may be, reach out in the morning before we get to night?
Okay, well, what I meant by the society is not even throwing the blame at them. It is saying how much of restrictions we've given people to expressing their emotions or expressing their feeling. As a child, you beat a child, you ask the child not to cry. Yes. You have a teenager that wants to express themselves. You're like, please, will you keep shut? You know, and that shush nature, they grow up into adults that can't even express themselves or say how they feel, really deep down inside. Even sometimes when I have sessions with some people, they're not willing to talk. They're still not willing to open up. Somehow they feel the sense of judgment, or will I be judged for saying this, or would you really understand what I'm feeling deep down inside? So that has, you know, boxed them to actually think that no matter how clean I come out, I'll get judged, I'll get bashed, or I'll get backlash, and that makes people to rather keep quiet. So people would rather keep quiet going through what they're going through than to open their mouth to say this. And I want to clear this misconception. Not everyone, I'm sure a lot of people are listening to this, not everyone who goes to see a psychologist or a psychotherapist or a therapist is mad. In fact, it is so that you will not run mad. That is why you should
The fact that you're even going by yourself means that you're a long way off from mad, if you ask me.
Exactly. It's so that you will not run mad. I mean, when I was at the correctional center and I was speaking to few of the women, I just realized that if some of them are taking out time to even just visit, if it was just an hour session, they won't end up there. I mean, it's as women, you say we talk a lot. That is how we express what we've bottled inside. Is our mode of expression. If those things are not let out, they will find out channels to actually let it out. That is why most times for women, they transfer a lot of aggression, a lot more than men, because that it has to come out. It's a channel. It has to just come out. So we still have a long way to go in Africa, basically.
The number to call is 0913-6000-410. The number to text to WhatsApp is 0913-6000-410. Let me take you back to what you said earlier.
Yeah.
You said that some of the diseases we treat, we are just treating symptoms.
Yes.
The underlying issue, basically, it's some form of trauma or the other. We have
Stress.
a call. Good morning. Who is calling and where are you calling from?
Good morning. I'm calling from Kowonjo.
Okay. Can we take your contribution, please?
And according to our guest, there are two types of what do you call it? Stress, good or bad.
Good or bad?
But the stress that tortures us, we see invariably the bad one. I think the cause of stress is our fixation and engagement in other things. Too much occupation of our mind with one thing or the other. This is the bad side of it. And it is this type of stress that brings us down and at times kills us. When we worry about something too much and we work too much and we try to do things unnecessarily too much, it endangers our health and our mind.
Thank you very much. You are just buttressing what the psychologist is saying to us here. Thank you very, very much. So, back to you, Omotola. I was saying that you said we are treating symptoms and leaving the main issue. Could you very quickly say more on that?
Okay, so I would use this analogy of people who have gone through a traumatic experience such as rape. Sometimes some of these traumatic experiences even cause heart diseases, palpitation, insomnia, anxiety issues, all of those things. Now you can imagine someone who has gone through a traumatic experience and the person is treating insomnia. I just can't sleep. So most times when I hear I just can't sleep, okay, let's get to the root. Why can't you sleep? How long has this been? So you'll be surprised that someone is just taking medication for not sleeping, while the real thing is she's probably hurting from what had happened to her like several years ago. So when you get to the root of what had happened, sleep becomes easier. Or someone has, loses appetite for no reason. What is happening? I just don't have money, all of those things. Or you lost money and then you don't have enough to feed, and then what you're taking is loss of appetite, taking multivitamins to actually treat loss of appetite, and it's actually loss of money.
You can see I'm laughing because sometimes you wake up and you're feeling all lethargic, you're feeling sick and everything, and then you just get an alert. Ta-ta.
Yeah,
money has entered.
Exactly.
And then you're just very
everything becomes bright. Exactly.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
My people perish because they lack knowledge. Perspective.
Yeah, perspective.
You see, I've just learned something from you this morning. Oh, this is interesting. So, Omotola, our time is up. So very quickly, I'm just going to run and say to you, wrap for this week. We'll continue next week. So leave us with something that gives us some hope, and then,
Okay, I'll be glad to be back. Actually, I would leave us with this. I mean, I'd said it before that in trying to distress, please don't ever compare yourself to any other person. I said it, the thresholds are different, and we are very different in how we respond to life's expectations and every other thing. Yes, and let no one determine your joy. No one holds the key, so don't give it to anybody. Don't hand it over to anybody. Keep your joy, keep your happiness.
Thank you, Omotola, for joining us on the program today.
Thank you for having me.
You're doing a great job.
Thank
you can see I'm smiling. I've been smiling from beginning to the end. Dear women, no one should have the keys to your joy. Find your happy. As you're doing yourself, do your happy too on a daily basis. It's very important. One key word I'm taking away from this conversation today is high priority.
Yeah.
Make yourself high priority this season so that you can unwind completely and get ready for the bestest life ever into your future. Be honest, brutally honest with yourself. Say it as it is and find the help that you need. So Omotola will join us next week so we can continue this conversation. You can also get on our Instagram and then post up your questions and we'll take it from there. But this is where we wrap up today's edition of Up You with Ezinne. It's been another amazing one. Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook at Up You with Ezinne. Get copies of our books, Up You and When Adversity Strikes, Fight. Thank you. The big announcement I've been talking about is now up on our social media platforms. It's called the Up You with Ezinne Skill Mastering Classes, and it's going to be live on Instagram once every month. We have put together a group of professionals that will take turns to teach different skills for free. It's time for that extra marketable skill. So go sign up. 2023 will not find you without a second or a third or even fourth stream of income. So go on our Instagram page at Up You with Ezinne and sign up for these classes. Big up to everyone that is involved in creating this magic every week. Starting with you, our dear listeners, our guests, our advertisers, the callers, the engineers on duty, my producer, the amazing Up You team, 98.3 Mainland FM, the sound of Lagos. You all stay strong, stay blessed, stay lifted. My name is Ezinne Kanem. Until next time, Up You.